broadcaster and journalist Sean Plunket, founder and editor of the most excellent thing called The Platform. Sean, thank you so much for your time. Who's going to win on Saturday and why?
We will have a change of government, and it will change from the remarkable Labor majority to a national-led, that's our centre-right party government. But just who will rule with them and who will coalesce with them is less certain. It was going to be a party called ACT, who are to their right, but the real story of this election is the resurrection of a 78-year-old called Winston Peters and his populist party, New Zealand First. And they will be the kingmakers on Sunday.
Well, you know, Winston is a friend of this program, so I can only say go Winston. But the why, now there are a number of issues, of course, economy, the lockdowns, etc., etc. Co-governance that I mentioned, giving the race politics of the Labor Party, is that playing a role?
Absolutely, though the main parties hunting for the centre ground do not really want to address it. However, it is the issue that has got Winston Peters back. He has hoovered up a disparate group of people most concerned about that issue and also about the COVID restrictions that led to Jacinda Ardern becoming so unpopular prior to her departure. And the right is essentially saying it will end the interpretations of our Treaty of Waitangi, which have led to separatist policies in water and in healthcare and in many other areas of public life and public services in New Zealand. It is ill-defined what the principles of the treaty are, and there is a feeling amongst many who are voting more conservatively this election that things have gone too far.
I hear what you're saying about the national leader who's likely to be the Prime Minister on Saturday. A bit of a blancmange, not really interested, a typical executive, not really interested in social issues that actually make so much difference. But listen, how come Jacinda Ardern, you mentioned her lack of popularity, how come she just popped up again in this campaign like she's a vote winner?
A desperate attempt by Labor, who are stuck in the mid-20s polling. That's half the support they had 3 years ago. A desperate attempt, I think, to shore up their core vote, much of which has bled left to the Green Party in New Zealand. And to give you an idea, Andrew, of how radical they are, one of their co-leaders suggested on television here last night that the Israeli Defense Force should be designated a terrorist organisation.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, unfortunately, I am not.
Honestly, sometimes, honestly, Sean, this is just incredible. Just quickly, I'm out of time, but I just need to know, global warming policies play any role here?
No, strangely enough, climate change has not figured. But what has, and Jacinda Ardern mentioned child poverty, that hasn't been solved. And New Zealanders are, in general, doing it very tough. We are paying the price for the money we spent to keep our economy going while we all lived in isolation and sealed off, hermetically sealed off from the rest of the world.
A bit like Victoria in Australia. Sean Plunket,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time. I hope we can come. You can come on the show next week and tell us how it all went down. Really appreciate your time.